Okay, there, Leo. So pardon the sunglasses, but they said turn more towards the sun for Leo. I'm like, all right. I'd have been like this the whole time. So we're just going to smooth it out like this and know that I'm up under here and I love you. That sparkle is gorgeous. I don't know. Let's see. Can I do it? Well, it's mighty bright. All right. So here we go. So, Leo. The first card that was showing up in the split is Judgment. And I was like, so what is this about? But it's interesting, the Judgment card, and we've got the affirmators this week. Look at this. About being strong and mighty, not measuring yourself in the world's eyes, but following your dreams no matter their size. Follow your dreams no matter their size, Leo. Okay, because life is smiling on you, life is favoring you. You got the attention of life itself and it's leaning in like, Leo got something good cooking up over there in their mind. You don't even know it yet. It's still in the visceral, it's still in the sensory, it's still in the, I don't know. Go for it, friend. And they're talking about some of that judgment coming in here has a lot to do with this. What victory looks like for you. And in this case, we're talking about personal victory. You don't have to go for what makes everybody else happy. You know, you might not be chasing the American dream or the whatever dream of where you live, of what seems to be approved. You don't need a seal of approval or a stamp or nothing. Life is smiling on you. Life is shining with you, friend. You got a double dose. You might even have a double sun. Whatever Mercury sits by, it doubles if it sits within 2 to 3 degrees of it. So if you look at your chart and there's one little minute mark or the next, then it doubles it. So in my case, I have a double sun. Mercury sits right next to my sun in Capricorn, first house. So it talks a lot about personal happiness, which this is a fabulous time for it because Chiron's still sitting in Aries, and Chiron is the awakening from the wound into the liberation, into the healed life, into your universe. All right. And here it's talking about the garden and the gate. You're like, well, what do I do about this? These obligations, what other things I have to take care of, maybe connections and commitments that you already have. And it says the gate swings both ways, friend. All right. It's not about just holding yourself still and holding yourself down and keeping yourself in for the sake of another. Is that reciprocated? You might be holding yourself in because maybe they hold themselves in. I've come to know that we sometimes reflect and mirror. Y'all, these hairs tickling me out here in this wind. Okay. We can reflect the energy going on around us. Like if it's somebody who doesn't have big dreams, personal desires, personal fulfillment and satisfaction, things like that. This could be anybody, lover, friend, business, whatever. We sometimes can get stuck in a complementary energy, like, okay, I'm the one who'll bring that vibe and that energy, but then you tend to keep matching theirs. Like if you're the one who goes and does, that it starts to shrink a bit. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on you still living to the fullness of the measure of who you are, getting out and about, or brainstorming, or maybe you love to tune into music or go dancing or whatever are those things that keep you savory and alive. All right, that's when you have something to contribute to any sort of relationship, to nurturing the garden, to caring for it, but you shouldn't feel a prisoner of your own life. Okay, friend? That's a little public service enhancement because they're talking about you might have a lot of cups, a lot of passion, a lot of desire. Maybe you're quite mature. You've been living this life for a minute. Like I've been full on before it became cool to be spiritual, before it became cool to be known, to know myself, or the woke culture, that sort of thing. Look at this delight day or night. Your life is full. So maybe you don't have room for others right now because like this 10 of cups, another cup, y'all coming in about fill your cup with all the things that you desire. And this can go back into this iteration like the day and night, like that seeing yourself full of yourself. And that's not a bad thing. We came to coin the term towards someone who is pushing something they ain't buying. You get what I'm saying? But when you're truly full of yourself, there's peace, there's calm, people are drawn to you. It's like they said, if you're truly great, you don't have to tell anyone. I forget which football coach said that, but it was a fantastic quote. Now it's funny because this Empress is over here trying to dive and lean on into this Three of Swords, the naysayers, the fugmuggery. This may not just be people, y'all. We can pin it and coin it on people, but let me tell you, when they're not around, is that crap still going on around your mind? It's distracting you from your wishes and your dreams, your wish fulfillment. That's the egret. Full form, beauty, pointed, heading straight to where they're going. They know what home is. And for you, friend, this is home. Maybe some of you have some strong Sagittarius placements up in your chart and you're like, something is calling me. Lean into what that calling might be. Lean in. Seek it. Seek it, friend. Make a little extra time for yourself right now, some private time. That is a unique suggestion. Make a little private time, even if you like, how am I going to get away from maybe kids or obligations or whatever else? Add 5 minutes to your bath time. Add 5 minutes to your meditation time. You know, even if your meditation has to be on the toilet in that room, like you shut the door and you're like, I don't know what to do, or I'm feeling inspired or whatever, just go in there and people assume that you're doing other things. That's okay. It doesn't matter what those people think. You get you, friend, however you need to, okay? So this old stuff is going to keep you from this. Look at this. And it's abounding. There's plenty. There's both seed and there's fruit. There's enough to share. And that's what happens is like, because your basket is full and you're so satisfied. Look at you. You're not rolled up in a ball. You're not having to conserve because this old stuff was draining you. Do you see what I mean? You can't live other people's lifestyle and expect to be happy and abounding. To expect to have that satisfaction, that personal satisfaction and fulfillment. Toss this aside for chink, right? And welcome this in. Welcome this in. Now the thing is, there might be a bit of resistance standing between you and your ultimate dream, with that personal satisfaction and fulfillment, because let me tell you, any dream, any desire is attached to that root. If the root is being fed, y'all, personal satisfaction and fulfillment, what it looks like will all come to you, okay? And so they're talking about some stubborn energy. Maybe it's conditions of thinking, well, I need to do this first, or I should do that, or I have to do this, or I've got to do that. That's domination. That's like when you free your spirit. There's pelican flying over. Stealth, swift, silent, steady. And you stay committed to who you are. You stay committed to, where'd you go? Where'd you go, little friend? To following what's drawing you right now, to following the sun. This will begin to dissipate and melt away. And this thing isn't going to hold the power over you, over certain rituals and routines of how it's got to go about or how it has to happen or whatever that looks like. Because I'm telling you, when I follow my own spirit, and the more in tune I get with this, it can be these little touches, these little moments that are capturing massive, massive energy. Talk about nuclear energy. And all the cells in our body have a nucleus. That's where the information comes in, and imagine it lighting them all up. One and done, babe. So, oh, that just turned the Emperor upside down. I love it. It's getting that resistance out of the way. So let's move on from these, and we're going to get into, they had me bring the Cosmic. So let's get into our Cosmic Tarot over here in the dark. When I was leaving the house this morning, they're like, reach over there. What is that? I'm like, oh, that's Cosmic Tarot. Okay, thank you. All right. I'm talking about that'll be the death of me. The day I see that. No, this is new beginnings, new life, not having to hide out, not having to protect your star anymore for fear of something taking it away. That survivorship is gone. You're ready to thrive. I mean, that is obvious. That's why the deck broke open right here. That knowing that I have to live at all cost. I can't keep living for other people's idea of me, other people's perspective, the world's perspective, not even attached to specific people, y'all. We get into the low end of the world, the hum and the buzz, which isn't this planet, because it is teeming with life and it is fighting for us. It's like, where'd that go? Well, wherever the sun went, it's like, live, baby, live. All right. We can get sucked down into the lowest common denominator of humanity. Take all of humanity and its vibration, its thoughts, its feelings, its experience. And that's like a weather pattern, right? And it's sitting down. And if that is feeling like rain, we all got to live through the rain. You're like, I got my own sunshine. I got my own source. That's it. You're like, I can't live in this anymore. And when you live true to that and you let yourself abound and you're honest with yourself about your desire, your taste, your zest and zeal for life, that road's going to rise to meet you, and it's going to set you free from this. Because see, what I love here, that one matchstick is your liberation, is your permission to burn that confuggery down. Your mind doesn't have to live in this ruination of what ideas of love is and satisfaction and fulfillment. You're like, I have to carry that crap with me everywhere I go. I want to be liberated. I want to express myself. I want to create new patterns and new paths. I want to make my way in this world. And the neat thing is that way is already made for you. That's what this is about. As you imbibe and you get in tune with your spirit and your soul, it is already making the way light years ahead of you, so that you walk in that ease with yourself and you're like, oh, look at this opportunity. Oh, look at this surprise. Oh, look at this comfort, this peace, this presence that I have, this provision. It's because you're already walking with yourself. When you're in tune with yourself, those moments are going ahead before you, laying the path. And that brings in this fella. Talk about trumping the King of Pentacles. This is personal satisfaction. Like, I don't have to rule over other people. I don't have to control other people. I don't have to make laws, rules, regulations. I don't have to be keeping accounts. I don't have to stay up in all that mess in that house, in that bondage, in that whatever. No, you are free to go about and to live your goldenest life. Look at that. Not having to do the bullshits anymore, not having to struggle with other people's power issues. And that brings in a whole new light, a whole new way of seeing things, because the Hierophant can simply be your rhythm, your ritual, your routine. Look at all this other mulling about. You are heads above others, and this is like life's fingerprint on you, creating it. It's like Metatron. It's that order and that energy of knowing yourself, and it's not a list. It's something that your heart is open to, and it's ever expressing itself in its many vibrant colors, its many vibrant rays, and you're tuning in. Now, this is very resemblant of this, okay? Because the way up is forward. The way up is forward. Life is guiding you through this, all right? And that is wonkavating. I absolutely love it. Mesmerizing. And that gets into this. That's where it opens up the wholeness of who you are, the fullness of who you are, getting into the full scope, living life in this perspective. The knowingness, the self-assurance of who you are, not people appeasing or people pleasing anymore, because that does not serve you at all. We were taught, especially down here in the South, that that's how you live, especially as a woman. You're supposed to set yourself aside for the sake of others, and as you do it even more, and then more, and then more. It's like, where does that line stop? It stops where I draw it. And that's kind of what you're doing here, is you're saying, I choose me, and not having to draw a line and get other people's approval. Look, what other people are in here? That means just you going about and living and doing and whatever else you need to do, and just let them just pile up and take care of themselves and sit there in their misery until they too wake up to their own personal pleasure, their own illumination of, oh, I want to live. I want to experience joy. Not just these accomplishments or these checklists or the approval or the appeasing of other people. No, it's not other, it's you. Because other means anything but you, anywhere but you. It means outside of you, beyond you, not yours personally. And we are here to get into the center of who we are, to get into our truth, and to do away with this crapola. They're talking about see the light day and night. You are whole, my friend. And then that gets you out of denial, breaks down the resistance, that frenetic resistance that just occurs until you have the aha epiphany that, oh wait, that's how this world operates. All right, well, I'm just going to choose me. I'm going to choose love and make that transformation, which brings in liberation, balance, freedom, the power of your authority and permission. Hey friend, I'm excited for you. I hope if you like this reading, you leave me a thumbs up. You jump on this Joy Tan and subscribe. You could also leave your comments down below with some emojis. Let me know you were here. As always, I love you. Bye.